Alright, sorry about that. Hello, this is Daniel. Hello everyone. This is Daniel, and I was going to do a video about, 3 times, I guess. About how you can tell if you're with the devil or if you're with God. I'll try not to, do some backstories or anything like that. I'll just try to go straight forward and go straight on. Go ahead on with this subject. Alright. So what do you think about life? What do you think about life in general? Do you like clubs? Do you like music that is basically entertainment? Do you really like entertainment? Do you like having fun? Are you an extrovert type of person? Or are you really like an introvert? I'm not saying that just to hurt people's feelings, but I'm just saying, do you really like having fun with the world? Because that's just the positive of being a worldly person. But if you're a worldly person, there's a negative to that. And the negative is you're not at peace. You could have problems with your life that are out of control, actually. You can have the good control with life, and you don't really have, a restraint to life. If you're an atheist or anything like that, if you're a Christian, if you don't have real control, then you might want to talk to God about the problem. Or if you don't know how to get God in your life, or if you don't know how God will talk to you, or how you can get to talk to God, that's going to be a problem. So that's the only problem with being of a world, because you really don't know who you really are in life. There's a lot of fun that you can have in the world. Don't get me wrong. You could have a lot of fun with people around you, strangers, total strangers, and you get to have fun drinking whatever you want to do. But your life is, practically meaningless, if you can say that, or if you're not saying meaningless, but your life is not in control and not in good season. So in the outcome, at the end, in the end, you will perish if you're not with God. And those people that are with the world are like, their devil is evil. The devil of their life is, you get to have all these cool things. There's a lot of people are wicked and some people are evil, but their fun in life is, indulge in a lot of worldly things, and indulge in a lot of the things of the world. And in the end, you will perish. And hell is bad. And hell's bad, and we all know hell's bad. It is horrible. Then there is the Christian. What is the verses on Christian? What is the good thing about Christianity? It is calm. It is very peaceful. Doesn't mean that you're going to have a perfect life. Doesn't mean that you're going to have, let's say, a wonderful life. But it means that you're in peace, and that you're calm, and that you're going to have a good life in the paradise, in heaven. And you're going to have the most peaceful, most awesome, the most wonderful life in heaven, but also on earth, you're at peace. Let me just say it differently. There are things in this world that perish. Because of the world, there's always things that, like, you only live like 70, 80 years, maybe even 90 years. You only get to live that long. Some people even lived up to 100, maybe a little more. But there are also things of the 90s. Think of the VCR, if you're that old. You know how the VCRs, literally been a thing of the 90s. You thought CDs were the coolest things ever. And you had these colorful drinks. Very colorful drinks. You like the drinks with the color. And in the 80s, many colors, like you had rainbow drinks, you had glob drinks, you had all these drink technologies. And the VCR was the coolest thing, and you thought that a Laserdisc was the coolest thing, and you thought lasers was the coolest thing back in the 70s and 80s. All of that. And I think in the 60s, 3D. All 3D games were the coolest thing of the 90s. Yes. But now, what's coolest today? In the 2000s, the VCR started to, deteriorate a little. Then they perished back in 2008. Then in, 2014, 2015, CDs started to perish. What's so cool today? The iPod was no longer functioning in a sort of a way. So what's cool? Computers, iPhones. iPhones are the biggest thing. iPads. They're the biggest thing of technology today. My camera, this thing that I have, it is old-fashioned. Back then, a digital camera was the coolest thing ever. But now it's just, the cell phones are the coolest thing ever. Cell phones, yes. The cell phones of, today, yesterday, tomorrow. Yes. Cell phones. Not digital, not the regular cell phones, but iPhones, Androids. But soon they'll perish too. And you'll have holographic images maybe even, like a certain type of screen that you hold in the palm of your hand. And it'll be bigger somewhere else. I guess it will have a band like this. Like that. You'll be having fun with the moment. But that will perish. Because life goes on. Guys, life goes on. Because the things of the world will perish. Because what's having fun in the world? Why is it worth having fun in the world if all of that is going to perish? What's the coolest car in the parking lot? Oh, look at this thing. Look. Do you see this car? That is a cool car, isn't it? Yet, that car will unfortunately perish. It'll be basically a rusty pile or a cube. And you will be dust on earth. But will you make it to heaven, where everything lasts forever, where you're always with God? In heaven, in this beautiful piece of heaven, basically, you will have the most wonderful time with Jesus, because in heaven there's only Jesus and everyone else around it, and angels, and holy peace, and everything's holy in heaven. It's only about holiness. It's not about death and sin, because sin causes death. Because if you're having fun on the world right now, you will not have fun later on. But if you're at peace in the world right now, you'll be in peace forever in heaven. And it will be the best place you can ever imagine. Trust me on this one. Vice versa of heaven and earth. For those who are worldly, and for those who are basically with Christ, there are differences. This is a video called Differences of the Worldly and Godly. We're with Christ. Alright. I'll be done now, okay? Bye.